kills me to make this video. I'm not gonna lie, it really does, because when I was vegan, I hated seeing videos like this. I still to this day hate seeing people tweet like, oh, I was vegan for 6 years and I was malnourished and I was super skinny and I almost killed myself doing it and I was sick and I was depressed. Like, that's not my story. That's not my particular story, and that's not why we're here making this video today. So this is why I stopped being vegan. I'm in this place in my life where I don't want to do anything that's going to make me feel burdened, especially if it's something that I actually like love. Like, it's something that's actually like close to my heart. And the reason why I started doing it was like very, very serious to me. Like, as soon as that thing starts making me feel burdened, I gotta take a break. I gotta take a step back. If you've watched my previous like vegan videos, I talk about how like veganism is to me like a daily form of activism. Like, at the end of the day, I always tell people I went vegan for the environment, for climate change, for animal cruelty, and for Black and brown communities. These communities are susceptible to environmental waste because these companies are not being regulated. So I was like, you know what? For everyone, let's stop eating meat and dairy. And it was fine and it was cool, but at the end of the day, like I said, that's a daily form of activism. Like, I'm every single day getting up and fighting for my cause, literally just by where I choose to shop. You know what I mean? And when you're an activist, you need to have spaces where you can just be you and not that title. And so having my activism be like embedded in my everyday life was definitely starting to make me feel like weighed down, bogged down. So the very main reason as to why I stopped being vegan was really just that I didn't want to do it anymore. Like, at the end of the day, it was really just that like, hey, like, bro, your heart is not in this and all of the cons are outweighing the pros right now. So we need to take a little break. I don't want to have kept going and then like completely ruin my relationship with veganism. Like, I don't want to sit here and force myself to do something that like I really don't want to be doing, and then I do it so much that it's like, bro, I never want to hear this word again. I never want to look into this again. I didn't want it to become that. So I was like, you know what? Let's take a little break. Let's take a little breakity break. So I just graduated. Go watch my grad vlog. But I just graduated, and in my fall semester, I took this intersectional environmentalism class, and we just talked about essentially the state of the environment and how it intersects with different identities, Black, POC, whatever. And every single class, we do these things where we like, you know, we're either looking up a carbon footprint, we're looking up like maybe a company's carbon footprint or whatever. And at some point in that class, I realized that Elon Musk's little 30-minute or 15-minute, however long it was, joyride to space basically wiped out like my entire 5 years of veganism, just based off of like the waste that little trip accumulated. That, I'm not gonna lie, like realizing that really kind of like broke something in me a little bit, because while I've wanted to stop being vegan for like a full year now, that moment just made me feel like, what the fuck am I doing this for? It's so disheartening too as an activist when you're like fighting for a cause every single day and there are people that are actively fighting against you. All of the reasons why I went vegan for myself as an individual, there are like tens of thousands of individuals like basically, you know, doing the opposite of what I'm doing in my work. Being a daily activist is a hard thing to do, and that's what I was doing, and I essentially burnt out, to be real. Like, I just feel like I burnt out as an activist. I just need time for food to just be non-complicated. I'm not in any kind of place to have fun with food. You know, like, I was just a student full-time. I'm about to start working full-time. My apartment is not set up for me to be like making chickpea balls and like having fun with plant-based eating. Not to mention, in this economy, in this country, like, I can only speak for myself, but I don't have time to cook. I'm gonna be so honest, you guys, I've been eating like once a day for the past like 4 or 5 months. Like, I don't have time to cook, mentally have time to cook. And that is a really big privilege when it comes to veganism. Time is such a privilege, and at the end of the day, like, playing with food is such a privilege. Like, even me as a single girl, no kids, you know, no one to really look after when it comes to food and eating, this is the best time in my life to be vegan. But then you have to factor into the account, like, okay, mental health. I'm very depressed. I will talk about on my channel my mental health, and I have talked about it before, and I will keep talking about it. When you're depressed, you're not even showering some days. You're not brushing your teeth some days. You think I'm gonna go into the kitchen, chop up an onion, and smash some black beans and some sweet potato and some. No, no. I had to check in with myself and just say, listen, mentally, I'm not in the place where food can be complicated. If I make a new friend, I need to just be able to go out to eat with them. You know what I mean? If it's 11 p.m. and we have no food in my fridge, I need to be able to just order a pizza at 12, knowing that it's going to be my lunch and dinner for the next 2 days. And lastly, just the capitalism of it all has really just made it so much harder to do. Because please explain to me how you came to figure that 4 chicken patties was $11.99. These companies are just outrageous. Like, I don't care. I really want to see the numbers. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it's probably more expensive to produce because we're literally turning plants into processed foods and then making the processed foods edible. But like, $10.99 for 4 patties? And I grew up on like Sam's Club. I grew up on like, buying foods in bulk. Like, that's what I grew up with. And generally the economy is just not even like that right now. But then being vegan on top of that is like, bro. Unfortunately, I just cannot do this right now. Unfortunately, I really just cannot do this right now. But to answer everyone's question, which you didn't ask, but I'm gonna bring it up because my mom's gonna call me and be like, you didn't say this. I am still going to be making vegan content. Like, I still want to be a vegan influencer. I still want to put people on a vegan products. I'm just really just making this video for transparency purposes so that other vegans know, like, hey, like, if you're feeling like this, like, it's okay. A lot of us are feeling like this. Like, I know that this is not just a me thing. I know that there are other vegans out there that are like, listen, man, this daily form of activism is tiring. It's tiring. I'm here for you. I get you, and I relate. But I will absolutely still be doing vegan content. My mom literally called me up the other day and was like, hey, so what is your next What I Eat in a Day coming out? The people want to know. The people want to know what you eat. Also, when is the cookbook coming out? Also, what are you going to do? When are you going to post your food? We need a What I Eat in a Day. Like, my mom loves the fact that I'm vegan. Like, I love my mom. With that being said, please continue to ask me your questions about veganism. People still DM me talking about veganism, asking about veganism, how to do it, what it's like, blah, 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 blah. And I still want to answer all those questions. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked or resonated with anything that I said, please definitely like this video and let me know in the comments, like, which aspect of this experience that you identify with, that you relate to. And again, nothing is set in stone. It's your life. At the end of the day, keep being vegan, don't keep being vegan, just build community. That's really just what I want from this video. It's just to build community. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. I will see you guys in the next less dramatic video. My mom was like, hey, you're still vegan in my head. So when is bring out the vegan content? Like, we want the vegan content. Nobody cares about this other stuff. We need a vegan content.